morning, boys and girls. How are you today? Hey, listen, wasn't last Sunday a great day to celebrate Jesus has risen from the dead? Remember, you said it. The Lord has risen. He has risen indeed. I loved seeing all your faces up on the screen. That was fun. Listen, last Saturday, the day before Easter, my family got together. There were 10 of us, and we had an outside fun day. We played games. Oh my gosh, I got us a big bubble machine. There were bubbles all over the neighborhood. We played Foursquare and hopscotch. We did hula hoops. Olivia is a really good hula hooper. We did basketball, scooters. Guess what else I got? A pogo stick. Have you ever done a pogo stick? It's crazy. You jump on it. It's crazy. And nobody is really an expert yet at our house. So we're going to have to be doing some more pogo stick practicing. I wonder what games you were playing outside. The weather's been nice, hasn't it? Well, my friends, we are going to tell a story this week about some disciples who were taking a walk to a city called Emmaus. This happened after Jesus had risen from the dead. So I have a friend here to tell you this story. It's Lily.
Hi guys, it's so great to be with you today.
Tell us the story, Lily.
So, on the road to Emmaus, there were two men, and they were walking and they were talking as they were walking. And they were talking about what had happened to Jesus, his crucifixion, after his death, and they were talking about how he had risen from the grave. But they hadn't seen him alive after his death yet, so they weren't sure if he had really risen or not. So, they continued talking until a man came up to them and started talking to them. Plot twist, the man was Jesus. But they didn't know that yet. So, they kept walking and talking with this man, and the man told them about prophecies from the Old Testament about what was going to happen to Jesus in the New Testament. And they kept walking and talking all the way till nightfall, and the man, Jesus, was about to leave them, but they begged him to stay with them. So, Jesus stayed with them, and they ate dinner together. And Jesus gave them some bread, and as soon as Jesus gave them the bread, the men knew that it was Jesus that was with them. And then, Jesus disappeared. After this, the two men went and found the rest of the disciples and told them everything that had happened. And that's the end of the story.
Hello, this is Lynda Pierce with the Jerusalem News. I am here live on the scene with a fellow that I have just met. It's Cleopas, and he has been on a long walk and had an amazing experience. Sir, could you tell us some more about this?
Yes, me and a friend of mine, we were walking all the way to Emmaus, and as we were walking, we were talking about what had just happened to Jesus. You see, he had died. He had died on the cross, and then after that, apparently, he had risen from the grave. But we weren't really sure about this because we hadn't seen him in person after he had died.
So this Jesus, he was that man who said he was the King of Kings. Was that right? Well, so then what happened? What happened next?
As we were walking and talking, a man came up to us and began talking to us. We didn't know it at the time, but it actually was Jesus himself.
After he had died, risen from the dead? How can this be?
We don't know for sure, but all we know is that he did rise from the dead like he said he would.
Wow. So you continued on this walk, about that 7-mile walk down to Emmaus. What next?
Jesus told us more about the prophecies in the Old Testament about what was going to happen to him in the New Testament. It was so interesting. We were so excited. It felt like a fire was burning inside of us. We were so interested to hear these stories that Jesus was telling us.
And you got to Emmaus, and did he leave then?
He was about to leave, but we begged him to stay with us because we wanted to hear more. So we all stayed together and we ate dinner, and Jesus gave us some bread, and as soon as he did, we knew it was him.
Oh my gosh, what a story. And you were there. Wow, that is quite a story, and we want to remember this story. I think we could call this story the good news. Jesus rising from the dead and wanting us to tell the story to other people. I want everyone to remember this and take it back to a friend or take it out to anyone you meet. The good news of Jesus, that he is risen from the dead, that he loves and cares about you, and he said he will never leave us. Well, this is Lynda Pierce for the Jerusalem News. Back to you at the station.